Hello Revelation! Today we make another video about the GCW professions and the event manager and also the Jedi Knight new things which coming up. So let us start with our GCW professions. You see we have common professions. Common professions are here like augmented action, augmented healed, augmented mind. And you see I've learned them here, and each box here gives you a boost, a buff boost for your focus, mind, and willpower. You see here the values, and each box gives additional here. That's the willpower tree, the mind tree, the focus tree, and the master tree. And the same is for the healed, and also the same is for the action. And you see, we need to change that icon here on the client side. It's now a new command. It's called GCW self buff, and I have mastered now all three boxes. So when I put it on, oops, you see, nice animation. I have hide it behind the window. So let's take a look here on our character sheet. We have here, for example, now the modifiers here. You see I got 600 heals more, 400 for the secondary stats, and same for action and might. And you see, oh, here is a small issue because we got no focus, so the focus buff is missing. We need to write a bug report. Yay! More work for the devs. Okay, so that's here self buff, and when we open somewhere the buff window, I've hide it here. Well, let me show it here. There is it. You see here, it's at the moment here the icon for the force armor, but we need to change it also on the client side. The buff here is 20 minutes, and that's here the GCW self buffs. Um, you know why haven't we changed the icons? Because at the moment we are planting over 20 and 30 new commands here, and then we will have a lot of new icons, and then we make it one time the change here for the client side. It makes here no sense to make for each new command, and that also on the client side, that's only some useless work. We want to concentrate that in the bundle, and so when we are finished, then all the icons will be in the end with new icons here. Okay, then let's go back to the other professions here. The other professions are here like GCW Bionic. All things have 0 skill points. You do that additionally. You need here GCW points. We have a XP converter NPC, where you can go and convert GCW points, which you need to earn either on dungeon bosses or mainly in Bestine in our battle zone for the GCW. And we will add also new possibilities like when you kill player in Bestine, and so you will also reward with GCW points. And then you trade them with money and faction points into GCW skill experience, and with that you are able here to learn the boxes. It's a very long process, but we think it's a nice way to develop your character a little bit further. And you see here you get also then bonus on accuracy, on speed, on range speed, and so on here. We have also a defense line. Defense line here has melee damage mitigation, so you can also make other professions now. And when you take a look here, you get in the master box mitigation 2. It's very awesome for some professions here to equip their character here with the mitigation, and also you see you get here a lot of defense with blind, dizzy, knockdowns. That's like here the state tree. You can also boost your states up. You can learn the heal skill, and with here you have the new command. It's GCW heal self, and working same like the buff. You learn here the amount which you will be able then to heal, and you see the novice 250 points here to the heals line, the action line, and the mind line, and also on the master. And in the end you can make a buff, a heal over 2000 units. I think it's a little bit more, 2400 or so. But all the commands are time limited. Like here, you can make only here a 20-minute buff, or maybe you can use all 5 minutes only the heal command, or maybe other commands they have. You can use them only 10 minutes, or somehow have a duration like 10 minutes and on a cooldown timer on 12 minutes, so you are not able to cast them all the time. The only exception is the GCW buff, that you can raise your buffs here a little bit. We have also a medic line with usage, medical use, injury, treatment. You can learn here the crafting a little bit better, combat mythics, crafting, and so on. We have a purge line. Purge is a new command where you can purge away things like intimidation, blind, depending on your skill what you can purge. On a Purge Master you are able to purge poison and disease away, and also you have a 5-minute timer. You can only all 5 minutes purge, use your purge skill, and all the stats are then purged away. You have also here resurrection skill. With resurrection you are able to res other players here. Depending on your skill level, they get only reds. They get reds with 50% heal. They get a res and are fully healed. They get a res and are fully healed and get a little buff and so on. We have also a reward level. That's interesting when you go later to reward vendors, and when your level is then a little bit higher here, you have access to special vendors and so on. We have a utility tree. The utility tree is here terrain negotiation. You can learn that when you wish. And that's our common skills. Everyone can learn here these common skills, and you are not forced to be aware of something. Now we have special elite professions. Elite professions are at the moment the field medic, the heavy trooper, the Mandalorian, and the officer. Each of them has unique skills, like here the officer can call droid guards, they can call droidicars, and on the master level they can call either AT-ST or an AT-XT walker. We have also here the possibility, he gets the possibility of evade and block break. Block break is something which reduces the saber block. You have then a chance to hit through a saber with a range attack. They have also here evade. Evade will be a new upcoming skill where you be able to wear clothings instead of armor, and with that will be special clothing. They have also evade skill, and so with counting similar like armor, you get here a damage mitigation. And officers and Mandalorian here, for example, have a high evade skill, so they can also use cool clothings as defense later. We have also here the officer can call an orbital strike, where an area around him will be under attack and everyone will get their damage from time, but it's then announced. You see there will be a flag, a signal flag, and then after some seconds only the fighters will strike in. The officer is mainly for guarding his position. They spawn static guardians here. They are also on a timer, so you can use, for example, all 5 minutes to call the guardians, and after a small amount of time they will also disappear. They will despawning here by the system. The Mandalorian, you see, get here dirty tricks and block break, and that will be skills which will help you a lot for fighting Jedis. They should be able here to fight very good against Jedis, and all GCW elite professions here, or also like the heavy medic, you can apply buffs, emergency buffs, and so on. And the heavy trooper, they have also useful skills. But the main thing is with the Mandalorian, the Jedi hunt should be a little bit better here. And I want to go away that you can hunt no-wise medics. They should get maybe 5-6 boxes before they land on the terminals. And we have decided to adjust all classes. We have balanced them a lot, and Jedi was until now not so super strong as people wished. But we have now entered a new path. It's called the Jedi Knight. Here on Revelation, you have not only here kill 3 or 5 mobs and then that's all your trials and you get your Jedi Knight box. No, you will go to dungeons and you need to solve quests that you can switch the boxes free, and you need to convert similar as the GCW, he experience points to learn the boxes, and it will be a high effort here to learn them. And you must decide if you become a Juggernaut, a Marauder, or a Wayfarer. And every from the 3 main skills have different abilities. Here you see the Wayfarer has Cloak, he can revive himself and others. That's also here like in the GCW, that's a command with a large cooldown here. It's only useful when you have it active, so they are not super overpowered. A creature knowledge skill boosts up your defense, because creature knowledge on Revelation brings you a mitigation when you are in PvE. So the Wayfarer is a good PvE player. The Force connection have Enhancer Knowledge. Enhancer Knowledge also raises the amount of your Enhancer armor, for example. You get a little bit state defense and so on. And on the No-Wise box you see you get a little bit accuracy. And same here on the Master box. And on the Master box you see you get range damage mitigation 1. Then we come to the Marauder. The Jedi Knight 3 Marauder. The Marauder should be the fortress, a stronghold against everything. So we get the skill, it's called Rage of the Marauder, and with that skill comes the ability to buff accuracy. Oh, sorry, I was wrong. The Marauder is the attacker, not the stronghold. So forget the stronghold. We are here on the fast attacker, so that's why he get accuracy here. He gets a new buff then where his damage will raise, and it's on the front. His speed will raise, his damage will raise for some seconds, so he can charge into something and make then great amount of damages there. But also all the things will be on a large cooldown here. He have also a little thing on lower cooldown is Ignore Pain, where he get a damage mitigation buff. And you see the most things are working with the buff system, so it's very easy to adjust them later. When we see a class is too strong, we only can adjust here the buff parameters, and balancing is then a lot of easier as before here. We have also the ability tree with Force Power Max and Force Power Regeneration. Now we come to the Stronghold. The Stronghold has here Bunker of Fate, and you see you get a mitigation buff, and when he make the Bunker of Fate he get extra 40 damage mitigation. He get also he get in his tree damage mitigation 1 and ranged mitigation, and also state defenses, melee defense, range defenses. The physical thing, he gets some Jedi toughness, he get a poison immunity. Poison immunity will reduce the damage of poisons on his body. He get here also Force Power Max, and in the ability he get buff Force Action, Heals and Minds, and also buff Force Regeneration. When he activating his Juggernaut ability, his Rage of the Juggernaut, he buff himself with the values he have here in buff action, buff heals, buff minds, and buff regeneration. So for a short duration of time, his attributes are boosted, his regeneration are boosted. He can then trigger then the fortification, the Bunker of Fate, and then the Stronghold. Yay! Last but not least, we mentioned here the Event Manager. The Event Manager is also a new profession for entertainer. We show them in in the last movie, he get here, he can make a event buff battle fatigue, for example. He has also can buff then the wiring, he can place decorations, he can make costumes on player, like when someone become an elephant, like Max Rebo, he can apply then a costume on him um, for a short amount of time, and the player can change here their appearance. We have also other things here like assembly and crafting. You see, it's not completely finished here. It's still under development, because that's here event manager experimentation, and you see here most of the strings are a little bit missing. We need to overwork that all strings are correctly displayed, and also all detail boxes are displayed without here the missing strings. So we have still here a little bit work left. um, the event manager we mentioned in the video before. When you are interested in the event manager, you should look the last big ass video about event manager here. Last but not least, most people asking about the timeline. We want to give out timelines, but maybe for at the moment, the GCW common professions will go live during the weekend. We are finished with them. The elite professions are now in test, because they are perma-aware professions, and the aware mechanism isn't working at the moment. Correct, there's a bug. We need to fix that bug, and after that we can also release these professions. I think we are days away only with a full GCW release here. The event manager will take much longer time now, because my dream is here to make them interactive. They should get a complete quest line, because it should be make fun for entertainer, and to become here the event manager, because he can make stages later and hire musicians and make maybe a show directly for a starport, so he is able then to place that all in NPC cities and so on. And a lot of code must be here written, and also that's my absolutely hate, the conversations of all the quests. We come from Germany, and English isn't our native language, so that part is really hard for us here to double check it and to implement that. But I have a great storyline around the Baghdad dancer group girls and so on. So you will have several quests here to get these boxes and these professions, like the theater quest, where you can learn the Western dance when you remind that from the live servers, and so you will have here also an amazing quest line. Um, and also this is a profession here that should be only played when you are active, an active entertainer. There should be no way here to macromize that, and you are then the AFK super buff bot or so. You need to make a show, and so we will implement something um, a little bit fresh, a little bit new, but that will cost time. And so I'm not sure how long, but hopefully I have here in the summer a lot of time. So my plan is to finish this year over the summer. And finally, the Jedi Knight. Blah blah blah. I hate this because many people, either it's the bounty hunters or either it's the Jedi's. You have always the discussions in the forums, and at the end they throw the stones to you, and so I hate these discussions, and maybe to stop them, we make a parallel development here. So together with the entertainer event manager, we make also now the Jedi Knights, because that's not so much effort to code in. To bring here all these commands, and it's very easy. And but I want to make here quest lines for that too, or also dungeons. You need to get the dungeon token, you need to kill a boss mob, maybe from a solo dungeon where only you can enter, and bring then the badge to. It should be something amazing here. So we need at least 3 new dungeons for each profession 1, that you get the base token, and then also some several quests. It should be much better than the trial system on live, where you go kill your 4 NPCs, and so you will have a quest line. You will to visit the dungeons, and then you can level that up. But with the Jedi Knight, we will also make a little change, because when you are hunted by a bounty hunter and losing experience points, you will lose Jedi Knight boxes. I know most people will cry now. I give you tissues here. But I think that's very challenging, because you get so many high bonuses here, and Jedi is then a really, 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 really good alpha profession again, and so you need to have a negative aspect here for that, and that will be to grinding then some boxes again. But I think that will go really far, and so don't worry about that. Okay, that was from this video. I hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you in Revelation. Have fun, guys!